Hello again everyone, welcome to my new video on YouTube. Today we'll be talking about football and when will Venezuela be able to qualify for the FIFA World Cup since it is the only national team in the South American football zone, Conmebol, that hasn't managed to qualify for a FIFA World Cup event so far. First of all, we have to keep in mind that baseball and basketball are more popular sports in the country than football, and a lot of young, talented people that want to get involved in the field of sports tend to choose those two sports as a potential future career more than football. Without a doubt, the greatest player that the nation has ever produced is Juan Aranjo, a former attacking midfielder that has also played in La Liga and the Bundesliga and has also been the former captain of the national team as well as the record holder of the most international caps on the Venezuelan national team. And of course, nobody can forget the outstanding performance of the forward Jose Luis Doljeta at the 1993 Copa America edition, in which he finished as the top scorer with 4 goals. Of course, nobody can forget the outstanding achievement of the national team back in the 2011 Copa America edition, in which they finished at the 4th place, and they also had a Venezuelan coach by their side, Cesar Farias, and it was something unique for the football history of Venezuela, and I could easily argue that starting from that year, football started to become even more popular in the nation, and the national federation has founded more incentives to invest a lot of money in the development of the sport in the country, and as a result, at some point, for Venezuela to have a capable team being able to qualify at the FIFA World Cup. The most popular club in the country is Deportivo Táchira, with the most appearances in the Copa Libertadores. They made it at the quarterfinals back in 2004, while Caracas Football Club has won the most domestic leagues. And we must also not forget the outstanding performance of the Estudiantes de Merida back in the 1999 Copa Libertadores edition, in which they managed to reach the quarterfinals for the first time. In terms of youth development, the National Federation has done an outstanding job so far, as we saw at the 2017 FIFA Under 20 World Cup edition, in which they reached the final. That was something truly unexpected for the Venezuelan community, given to all the social issues and troubles that the nation is currently facing. I believe this outstanding achievement of the youth squad will give a lot of motivation to the men's team, starting with the upcoming FIFA World Cup qualification round for the 2026 year, in which is going to take place in the Americas. Speaking about the superstars of the national team, the player which has scored the most goals in the history of the national team, the star of Everton, Salomon Rondon, is currently 32. And I'm not sure if he's going to be a valuable offensive leader that can be able to lead the team to the qualification at the 2026 World Cup. And we have to keep in mind that in the Premier League has had a mediocre career so far, despite playing in the most competitive and greatest football league in the world. The other superstar of the national team is Thomas Rincon, playing at midfield. He's also the captain of the national team, playing in Italy for Torino. He failed to find success in Juventus, and I am positive that those two superstars of the national team, being in their 30s, will make a little impact into managing to lead Venezuela for the first time at the FIFA World Cup event. So, will the new coach Jose Pekerman be able to lead Venezuela to glory at the upcoming World Cup? He definitely has great experience as a national coach, having led two teams at three World Cup editions, and he managed to get past the group phase, and without a doubt, at the 2014 edition, in which he was in charge of the Colombia national team, if Colombia had Falcao in the squad, he was at his prime back then, they would have made it in the semi-finals and would have beaten Brazil in the quarterfinals. Now, Pekerman has the experience, has the motivation. He definitely has to put a lot of focus into developing, alongside the Football Federation, new talent that will be able to play football at major European leagues, as well as strong South American teams, because we all know that the League of Venezuela is one of the weakest in South America. Apart from Caracas, Deportivo Táchira, the rest of the teams have been pretty weak on international competitions, such as Copa Libertadores, and a significant role will be the development of the nation, the financial development of the nation. Because right now, Venezuela is facing a lot of social issues with extreme poverty, unemployment, high crime rates, and without a doubt, all these negative things will impact to a certain degree the national federation, since I believe that right now the federation doesn't get a lot of financial support from the government. So, football fans, what do you think? Will Venezuela at some point be able to play at a World Cup event for the first time? Well, if you want my opinion, I can see that happening in the next 2 decades, because right now the country is facing extremely difficult social issues in regards with crime, political corruption, extreme poverty, and it's going to take many years to recover. And as long as football remains the third most popular sport in the nation, I guess it's going to take a lot of commitment from the federation to be able to find the right tools, the right path, the right personnel that can make this dream come true. And we also have to keep in mind that as long as there is a lot of extreme poverty in the country, that can also have an impact on other sports like basketball and even baseball. And chances are a lot of parents will not be able to afford to support their kids and send them to such clubs to develop their athletic skills, youth clubs. And as we can clearly see, Venezuela has also a great tradition in boxing, and boxing as a sport is very prominent in countries which face a lot of social issues, because it always has been characterized as a working class sport. So, in a few words, as long as there are significant social issues in Venezuela, like in most of South American countries, and football continues not to be a very popular sport, apart from 3 states, I guess we're not going to see Venezuela for the first time participating at a World Cup soon. And I'm also not very optimistic of what Jose Pekerman is going to achieve for the nation. I guess it, at the age of 72, it's okay, he's very experienced, but also too old to lead the country at the upcoming FIFA World Cup qualification round. And some of the superstars of the national team are in their 30s. So, to make a conclusion, it's going to take a lot of years before the Venezuelans are going to see their nation for the first time at this great sporting event. But I would also like to see and listen to your opinions. Looking forward to your comments below. You can rate my video. Let me know if you enjoyed it. We'll see you soon. Goodbye for now.